Hi everyone! Today we're going to keep reading the Korean Cinderella that we started reading yesterday. And if you remember, this story is a little bit different from the other Cinderella stories that we've read. So Pear Blossom is the main character in the story, and she is confronted with lots of different challenges that her Amoni, her stepmother, gives her. And she's able to solve these challenges because different animals come and help her, which is very kind of them. So we're going to keep finding out about that today. Just trying to find where we left off. Okay. So if you remember yesterday where we left off, the birds were attacking her stepsister's hair, and we'll find out what happens next. Pear Blossom had food to fix, nevertheless. The village was having a festival, and she had to pack picnic hampers of dried fish and pickled cabbage for her stepmother. She also sewed a dress of pink silk for her stepsister. When the festival day came, Peony, who's the stepsister, mocked Pear Blossom, calling her dirty piglet, stay at home. Pickling may go, said Amoni in a voice as sweet as barley sugar, after she weeds the rice patties. She handed Pear Blossom a basket of wilted turnip tops. Here is Pigling's picnic. I am most grateful, Honorable Mother, said Pear Blossom. When she reached the field, Pear Blossom dropped the basket in dismay. Rice rippled before her like a great green lake. Weeding it would take weeks. Who could do such a task, she asked. Suddenly a whirlwind twisted through the fields, and a huge black ox reared up from a cloud of dust. Doo! It bellowed, tossing its great horns. The ox began to munch the weeds, moving through the rows of rice faster than the wind itself. Each mouthful brought it closer to Pear Blossom. Even though she hid her face in her hands, she heard the crunch of its teeth and felt the beast's warm breath on her neck. At last she dared to peek between her fingers. Both ox and weeds were gone. Hoofprints, big as cartwheels, pocked the field, yet not a single blade of rice was trampled. And when Pear Blossom looked in her basket, she found fruit and honey candy instead of turnips. She bowed, then cupped her hands and called 1,000 thanks. Pear Blossom hastened to the village festival. The road, which followed a crooked stream, was rough with pebbles. Pear Blossom had just slipped off one straw sandal to shake out a stone when she heard a shout. Make way for the magistrate. 4 bearers, a palanquin swaying on poles across their shoulders, jogged toward her. In the chair sat a young nobleman, dressed in rich robes and wearing a jade jewel in his top knot. Flustered, Pear Blossom teetered on one leg like a crane, holding her straw sandal. Her cheeks grew hot as red peppers as she hopped behind a willow tree that grew beside the stream. As she did, her sandal splashed into the water and bobbed like a small boat, out of reach. Stop, commanded the magistrate from his palanquin. He was calling to his bearers, but Pear Blossom thought he was shouting at her, and frightened, she fled down the road. The magistrate gazed at Pear Blossom, struck by her beauty. Then he ordered his men to fish her sandal from the stream and to carry him back to the village. At the festival, Pear Blossom forgot about her missing shoe. She watched the acrobats and tightrope walkers until she was dizzy. She listened to the flutes and drums until her ears rang. She nibbled on treats until her basket was almost empty. Love the illustrations in this book. Beautiful. She was peeling the last orange when Amoni and Peony came upon her. Little pig, screamed her stepmother, what are you doing here? I'm here because a great black ox ate all the weeds in the rice paddies, said Pear Blossom, the same ox that gave me this orange. Black ox indeed, Amoni snorted. Oxen are brown. You stole that fruit. She was interrupted by the magistrate's bearers. Hear this, they shouted as they elbowed the palanquin through the crowd. We seek the girl with one shoe. It's Pigling, Peony pointed at her sister. She's lost her shoe. The bearers put the chair down beside Pear Blossom, and the nobleman held up the straw sandal. The magistrate has come to arrest you for stealing, Amoni shook Pear Blossom. Now you'll get what you deserve. Then she must deserve me as her husband, said the magistrate, for this lucky shoe has led me to her. Another of Pigling's magic tricks, hissed Moni, pulling Peony to the palanquin. My daughter will give you 2 shoes. That is twice as lucky. The magistrate looked at Moni as if she had lost her wits. Then he turned to Pear Blossom and said, I've luck enough if she who wears this one becomes my bride. Pear Blossom smiled, too shy to speak, and slipped the sandal on her foot. Moni stood staring, stiff as a clay statue, but Peony ran straight to the rice fields to find the magic ox. All she saw was a glimpse of its hooves as it galloped away. When springtime came, the magistrate sent a go-between to Pear Blossom's old father to arrange a grand marriage. Pear Blossom's wedding slippers were of silk, and in the courtyard of her splendid new house 12 pear trees blossomed. "Ooh-wah, wah!" chirped the sparrows in the branches. "Ooh-wah!" croaked the giant frog from down below. That is as it was long ago, as it should be, for in Korea, "Iwa" means pear blossom. There's a picture of Pear Blossom and the magistrate. And that's it. So we've just finished the Korean Cinderella. And one thing I was thinking about as we read this book is in a lot of the Cinderella stories that we've read, there is some sort of fairy godmother character. There's been one in all the stories that we've read. And so I want you to think, as we've finished reading this version, was there a fairy godmother in this version? Or was there a different type of character that filled that role? So that's something you can think about today. And then tomorrow, you're actually going to, if you were able to listen to Adelita and the Korean Cinderella this week, you're going to get to compare and contrast these 2 stories. And then we'll continue talking about Cinderella stories next week. So it was great to read to you today, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.